Ireland has secured a seat on the UN Security Council, and this is a mighty achievement. I want to acknowledge the very hard work of all who contributed to this achievement. I think it's also important to grasp this opportunity to advance the cause of human rights and justice internationally. It's time now for the Irish Government to stand up for the beleaguered people of Palestine. Thousands of Palestinians have died as a result of the illegal Israeli occupation. Gaza is an open-air prison with an economic blockade. Apartheid walls scar the landscape. And international law is openly and brazenly flouted by the Israeli occupiers. Its violent settlement of Palestinian lands has displaced countless thousands of Palestinian people, rendering them refugees. And the Palestinian people have been badly let down by the international community. There is strong support amongst the Irish people for the rights of Palestine, but this has not been matched by those in power. In 2014, the Dáil voted unanimously to recognise the state of Palestine. And with this, the Irish political system was finally moving beyond symbolism to a principled stance. Charlie Flanagan, who was then Minister for Foreign Affairs, pledged at that time to advance matters further. That was 6 years ago. And since then, your government, Taoiseach, has refused to act on the democratic vote of this House. Instead, you have retreated to the previous position of now is not the time. In fact, the recognition of the state of Palestine advances the prospect of a peace agreement. It bolsters the hope of a stable future for the region based on the two-state solution. And it's simply wrong to tell the Palestinian people that we support their call for statehood, but then turn our backs on them when they reach out to us for recognition. That is the politics of copping out. That is the politics of the blind eye, and it flies in the face of achieving a lasting peace. This copping out has extended into government negotiations now, we learn, between Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and the Green Party. The decision to drop the Occupied Territories Bill from your proposed programme for government was both cynical and wrong. And any incoming Irish government must take action now to demonstrate our solidarity with those living under the cruel and illegal occupation. When the Green Party's Neasa Hourigan was asked recently what happened to the Occupied Territories Bill, her answer was very stark. She said, Simon Coveney happened. Taoiseach is an indictment of Fine Gael policy when it comes to the rights of the Palestinian people. Any incoming Irish government worthy of the name must take a strong stance now against the proposed further annexation of Palestinian lands by the Israelis due to commence on July the 1st. This proposal is a reprehensible continuation of aggression, open aggression against the Palestinians. So the Irish government must tell Prime Minister Netanyahu that this must stop. Ireland, with our history of conflict and conflict resolution, is uniquely placed to help building real and lasting peace in the Middle East, because we know that dialogue works. We know that repression does not work. We know that an inclusive process built on equality and respect works. Dominance does not work. This is the perspective that we must take to the UN Security Council and into our meetings with other European leaders. We need to make a start at home by defending our commitments and by acting in defence of human dignity. The people of Palestine, beleaguered, besieged and betrayed by the inaction of the international community, now look to the world, now look to Ireland for help, and we must not fail them.